This venerable grammar school, which was founded in 1585, was attended by one of Britain's greatest poets. Find out where I am and who he was in just a moment, but meanwhile, here's a little clue. Today I'm with a dynamic couple who have high hopes for a new life full of the great outdoors.
It's like a picture frame there, doesn't it? Looking out at those hills, that's lovely.
And they're eager to set the wheels in motion for their move. You really have got a sort of working farmyard around you. Do you like tractors?
I do like tractors, yeah. I'd be happy to live by tractors.
Today I'm in Cumbria, and this is Hawkshead Grammar School in the Lake District, which back in 1779 was the school of the famous poet William Wordsworth, who by all accounts loved his time here, rambling on the fells during the summer and ice skating on the frozen waters of Esthwaite in the winter. Of course, there was no photography back in the 18th century, so there's no picture of him on the wall, but what he did leave was his name carved into one of the wooden desks, and that's still here. Cumbria is one of the most beautiful and sparsely populated counties in the UK. It's England's third biggest, and along with its eastern neighbour Northumberland, sits on the Scottish border. Cumbria encompasses all the Lake District and part of the Yorkshire Dales. The awe-inspiring geography of the Lake District is the result of 500 million years of volcanic and glacial activity. The Lake District National Park is England's largest, covering over 910 square miles. There are 16 major lakes within it, as well as many other smaller bodies of water. At nearly 11¼ miles from end to end, Windermere is the longest natural lake in England. It was formed 13,000 years ago when surrounding glaciers melted. Today, its tranquil waters attract a multitude of visitors. Over 17 million a year descend upon the national park. Away from the busy tourist centres of Windermere and Kendal, the Lake District offers solitude and a landscape barely changed since the time of its most famous son, William Wordsworth. Unsurprisingly, you pay a hefty premium to live inside a national park. In the Lake District Park, you'll be paying 84% more for your detached house than you would in the rest of Cumbria. That said, it's pretty good value when you consider that park price of £354,000 is only £20,000 more than the national figure. Quite a good deal when you consider you have all this beauty on your doorstep, and exactly the reason why today's buyers are coming here to look for a slice of park life. Deputy head Donna and school library manager Christian met at university in 1990, where they were both studying to be teachers.
I was in a band at the time. We had to do a music project as part of our teacher training, and I'd kind of spied Donna across the room, and so I thought I'd get to know her type thing, so yeah.
Got me into lots of trouble during our music sessions. Every time the teacher looked at me, he'd pull a little lever on my chair, and my chair would go zoop down like that. So yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The music-loving couple have seen their lives change over the 3 decades they've been together.
During our 20s, we lived in Liverpool and we were going out lots and had a really good social life. And then our 30s, we got married, we travelled the world together and then came back and had 3 children. And then in our 40s, a big new move waiting for us with our 3 lovely children. So yeah, times have moved on.
The family now includes Sadie, aged 8, Neve, 10, and Maya, 12. They've lived in Wigan for nearly 15 years, but a change in Donna's work circumstances means they need to relocate.
I've just got a new job, a head teacher's post in Ulverston, and it's just an area that we've always wanted to live around there.
I've kind of got a new job as well, in that I'm planning to change careers slightly, doing outdoor activities instructing. I love climbing, I love fell running. So I'm also hoping to still work within schools and colleges when I move up there.
They want to move to just south of the Lake District, close to the Arnside and Silverdale area of outstanding natural beauty.
My parents have a caravan in Carnforth and it would be nice to be closer to them so that I can spend some time with them now they're getting a little bit older as well, and also for schools for the children.
Both Donna and Christian are keen triathletes, and together with their children, they intend to make the most of their new surroundings.
We're a very outdoorsy family and we love to go on walks and running and cycling. One of the things that I'm interested in getting into would be some more open water swimming, because we've done some within our triathlons and it scares the life out of me, if I'm honest.
The outdoors isn't the family's only passion.
The kitchen's going to be really important in a new property. I love baking. That's something that brings us together as a family, that on a weekend the girls will say, oh, can we bake some brownies? Can we make a cake?
And Christian also wants to develop his creativity in the lakes.
I hope that I'm still going to carry on with the music. It'd be great if I could just do a bit of an open mic in a pub. I'd enjoy that. I'm hoping that I'll be inspired once I move up there and I can maybe finish that novel that I started. So that would be nice.
They both have a very poignant reason for feeling that their lakeland life is one that they can no longer postpone.
The original move to the lakes was going to be our retirement plan, but I lost my dad at 60 and Christian lost his dad 2 years ago at 67, both with cancer, and we suddenly thought, this retirement plan would never come to fruition, so what are we waiting for? Let's do it now.
Christian and Donna ideally want to be a short commute from Donna's job in Ulverston, so we'll be focusing our search in the south of Cumbria. But they have plenty of other property requirements, so I need to meet them to ensure our search includes only the most suitable country homes.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome. Beautiful here, isn't it? A little bit rainy, but still. You're both very outward bound. You're probably the fittest couple we've had on the show.
Oh, good. Right, I like that.
You've got 3 girls. Are they keen on the move?
Yes, I think they're a little apprehensive because they're leaving all the friends and family behind, but I think we're doing it for them as much as for us, because we know that they'll get so much out of being here and enjoying the mountains along with us.
Tell me about the house. What's the house going to look like?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Done.
It's going to be big enough to fit us all in. Family of 5, we are quite big, and we would like 4 bedrooms, so the girls can all have their bedroom each, obviously. We'd like some outdoor space so that we can get out there and enjoy that.
We don't need a huge garden or anything, but it would be nice to have a bit of outdoor space. We had some kind of outdoor storage for bikes and canoes, things like that. The only thing I think we really wouldn't be impressed with is if it was in a fairly built-up estate, if it was with a lot of other houses. Because really, we do want this to be an escape to the country. You know, we want to feel like we are somewhere rural.
Yeah.
So how rural is rural?
I think if it was up to us, we'd be out in the middle of nowhere.
There's a little bit of a divide on this,
yeah, we've got to do a bit of compromising.
I'd live halfway
really.
up a mountain, but I don't think the girls would. I think the girls want to be a bit more of a community.
What about the reception rooms? What's important for you there?
Again, space for us all. We are a family that dine together a lot, so we need to make sure that there's somewhere we can have a nice dining space, really.
We've got like an open plan kitchen diner, and that seems to work really well. So yeah, that would be nice.
So we're here in Cumbria. We're looking in the south of the Lake District. Does it bother you if you're inside the national park or outside?
I'm not really bothered at all, to be honest. I think it's more down to price.
And remind us again of your budget.
About £400,000.
Great. Well, we've got some lovely properties lined up. The weather is slightly setting in, but let's get in the car and go and see some.
Wonderful, thank you.
Follow me.
With a maximum budget of £400,000, Donna and Christian are looking for an edge of village property with at least 4 bedrooms. They'd like a spacious dining room for family meals, a garden, and garage space to store their bikes and other outdoor equipment. We've got an enticing range of beautiful homes to show Donna and Christian, but their prices won't be revealed until the end of each tour. And our property search culminates with the Mystery House, surrounded by familiar parkland scenery, but in previously uncharted territory. Our first house is in the village of Sedgwick, in the south of Cumbria. Just outside the Lake District National Park and 3 miles from the town of Kendal, Sedgwick offers ample exercise opportunities. The roads surrounding it are popular with cyclists, while the route of the disused Lancaster to Kendal Canal is perfect for running. Our property is in a cul-de-sac on the edge of the village.
Here we have it, house number 1.
Oh, okay.
It's an upside-down house, so the living quarters are upstairs and then the bedrooms are downstairs. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like interesting shapes. The house we've got now is like a bit strange, isn't it?
It might not be a million miles away from the house we're currently in, which is kind of a 60s
Yeah.
architecture. I'm keen to kind of get up there and see the view from that platform. So yeah, it looks interesting.
So you're not in the middle of nowhere here. You've got neighbours.
Yeah. Where we are now, we've only got like 1 or 2 neighbours, which is nice to have that connection to other people. Didn't really want so close to each other, but, you know, I'll keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in and see what you think.
Yeah, okay.
I'm detecting a muted response to our first home, but I have high hopes for their reaction to the unconventional interior.
I've brought you straight upstairs because this is the main living space. Kitchen, dining area, and then a nice kind of cosy family area around the log burner at the back. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. It's certainly big enough, isn't it, for a kitchen diner?
Yeah, and it feels very open with all the windows and all the light.
Big balcony at the front, really lovely views looking out over into the Lake District.
It just looks like a picture frame there, doesn't it? Looking out at those hills, that's lovely.
And then the French doors at the back as well, going out into the garden.
It's a lot more spacious than it looks from outside as well, isn't it?
You do feel like you've got wide, open views. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at what they call the evening room. That's their day space, and this is their evening space. As they watch the telly here, it's much kind of more snug. All built around this this sort of sandstone Art Deco fireplace.
I like the fireplace.
Yeah, I like that, yeah.
I like the floors.
I think this would be a space more for the children, possibly, than us.
Okay.
Let's go and look at your master bedroom.
OK.
The 4 bedrooms are split across the 2 stories. On the ground floor, another living space off the entrance hallway could be converted, while next door there's a single bedroom for one of the girls. Both share a shower room. Upstairs, the pattern is similar.
It's 1 bedroom here and a family bathroom. And then this is what they're using as their master bedroom. Fairly simple room. It's just a question of, you know, how important are the bedrooms for you and the girls?
Yeah. Well, where we are now, the bedrooms is probably the least space, isn't there, from that? We've got a really
pretty
big
small
sitting area,
bedrooms now.
so it's not a big issue.
It's not, but it would be quite nice to have nicer sized bedrooms in the move.
Yeah.
So you're selling up your very nice house in Wigan and coming to quite a desired part of the country.
Yeah.
Are you aware that you might not get bigger, better and...
No, you're right.
Yeah.
We are going to have to compromise. Yeah, we see that. Prices are more expensive around here, so we're not going to get everything that we want. Yeah.
We're quite realistic about, you know, what we'd get for our money, I think, out here.
In that case, let's go into the garden and see about the price.
The front of the house has a sloping brick-paved driveway with ample parking, while a small patio provides a relaxing space to enjoy the views after long summer runs. There is also an integrated garage, perfect for bikes and the family's outdoor gear. The rear garden is reached through patio doors from the living room.
You're like king of the castle up here. You can see the hills of the Lake District starting up.
Yeah, beautiful.
And a great sort of outside room here that they've built. It's got Wi-Fi, it's heated and got electricity, so it'd be a nice little writing shed for either one of you.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You see what I mean about up here? You really are kind of above everybody else.
Yeah. You don't notice the houses the same when you're up here at all, do you? You know. And you've got space around the side of the house, so you'd have your little barbecuing area around there, couldn't you?
Yeah. No, it's really nice. It's really nice space.
And I'm sure the girls would love the ponies and the donkeys.
Yeah. I think that would become their obsession.
This is the moment where I ask you what the price of the property is.
I'm going to go for £375,000.
I was going to say 360,000.
Well, you're both a little under, actually, because this is on the market for right at the top of your budget, £395,000.
Right. It's really well done, isn't it, what they've done to it?
Yeah.
It really opens up. The longer you do spend here, the more you like it, I think.
Well, good. Spend a little more time. Go in and have an explore, and I'll collect you at the front when you're done.
Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you.
It is definitely a grower, this house. And when you come up here and you've got the ponies and the donkeys, it's like right in the countryside already, so the kids will love it. I think it's a good contender.
Under budget, this 1960s property has an unconventional layout. It offers the 4 bedrooms that Christian and Donna need, as well as a kitchen diner and 2 sitting rooms. There is also an easy-to-maintain garden and garage.
It didn't wow me, my heart didn't sing when I walked up the path or anything like that, really. Which is a shame, because inside it's a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be, and the views that you do get are wonderful.
Practically, this house is pretty much everything that we need. I think my kids would love this house, but there's something holding me back, and I can't quite justify it.
It's true, when you come down from the heights, you do feel like you're in the middle of all these other houses, but upstairs you don't get that sense at all. Hi, you all done?
Hi. Yes.
Yes, thanks.
Good, if you pull the door behind you, we're all done here.
Good.
We can head off to house number 2.
Okay, great.
Let's go.
For many people, the Lake District conjures up images of tranquil walks and magnificent views, but the area also lays claim to being the adventure sports capital of the UK. Eager triathletes Christian and Donna are keen to experience the chilly charms of an activity that's rapidly growing in popularity: wild swimming. We've arranged for them to meet swimming expert Pete Kelly at Rydal Water.
Hi, Pete. Oh, wow, what a gorgeous spot. It's amazing.
This is beautiful.
Are you ready for a swim?
Wow. Yeah, why do you think it's become so popular over the last few years?
Well, you just got to look at it, you know, relative to swimming in a pool. You know, there's something really special about being in the middle of a lake or a tarn, especially in the Lake District. You literally see the world from a different perspective. And not only that, it's a very easy thing to get into. You know, all you need is a wetsuit, a pair of goggles and a bright swim hat so you can be seen out in the water, and away you go.
And how good for you as well, swimming?
And swimming in cold water, it genuinely elevates your mood. So you're always going to come out of the water happier. And that's the only scientific fact that's been proven at the moment. So much so, it's actually been touted for as a temporary cure for depression.
So can you swim anywhere you like?
You're not allowed to swim in any of the reservoirs, but the good news is there's loads of other tarns, rivers and lakes that you are allowed to swim. And on some of the bigger lakes, it's very important to watch out for the other water users. You've just got to watch out for them.
So we've got 3 daughters, they're all pretty good swimmers. Could we take them while swimming?
Yes, well, you know, you'd be crazy not to take your kids wild swimming. But during the summer, the lake temperature here can get up to, it can exceed 20 degrees. You don't even need a wetsuit. And in terms of taking families swimming, this is one of many places which are very, very kiddie friendly, I would argue.
So you've got us in our wetsuits today. Is this a vital part of open water swimming?
These modern swimming wetsuits are brilliant because they act as a buoyancy aid. You ain't ever going to sink in a modern swimming wetsuit. Also, you'd be interested to know as triathletes, it floats you in the perfect position in the water for front crawl. We're going to have a great swim today, and it's actually going to help you swimming rather than hold you back.
I've not swum at this time of year. I imagine it's going to be cold, isn't it? It's going to be a shock.
It's warmer than it looks, but what we do need is enthusiasm, so that's we can work with that. Yeah.
Great.
Let's do it.
At just over a kilometre long, Rydal Water is one of the smaller lakes in Cumbria. It was a regular walking spot for William Wordsworth. Pete's plan is for a short swim around the small Heron Island and back to shore.
Well, it's not too bad.
So is this about as warm as we expect the lake to get?
Thankfully, it gets a hell of a lot warmer than this. It's 10 degrees now, it was 5 degrees a few weeks ago. And as the weather gets warmer, the lakes get warmer.
Ah, that's good news. Well, I think I need to get warm. Can we get swimming?
I agree, let's get moving, let's generate some heat.
Let's do it.
In the early 1900s, outdoor swimming was a popular activity, and lidos and natural swimming clubs could be found all over the UK. But as indoor pools were introduced and natural watercourses became more polluted, the sport declined. Today, it's making a comeback. The Outdoor Swimming Society was established in 2006 and now has a community of over 27,000 members nationwide.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That was absolutely amazing.
Great,
You both did really well. I think we deserve a nice warm drink now, or something stronger. Go on, I'm buying.
Once they're warm and dry, Donna and Christian need to channel their energies into our Lake District house hunt. Our second property is situated on the estuary of the River Kent and is 4 miles from the village of Levens. Levens is a centre for the surrounding community with a busy pub, local shop and early 19th century church. There are are also many societies run by residents and a primary school. The property we've come to see is reached down a quiet rural road.
This is the house.
It looks enormous.
Wow.
Well, it's actually semi-detached, so it's not all yours, but this end is yours.
Wow.
Now, as you can see, we've brought you out into the countryside, not crowded with other houses. There's 4 in this development. We're in a farm, so there's some agricultural barns on the other side.
Yeah.
And all around, you can see on the horizon all these beautiful hills
gorgeous.
stretching out in all directions.
Fabulous.
Is this a bit more what you're looking for?
Yes, this is making my heart sing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's very much what I had in mind.
Yeah.
So good thumbs up from the outside?
Double thumbs up.
Definitely a thumbs up so far.
Double thumbs up.
Formerly a barn, this house was converted in 2002. Though seemingly remote, it's only half an hour's commute to Donna's job in Ulverston.
Okay.
I'm sensing real excitement at what's on offer here.
Come through into the main living space.
Fab.
This is good.
Yeah,
This
it's a
is
lot
really
of
nice.
space here.
A lot of space.
Yeah.
It's been pushed through out onto a sort of extension there. Lots of lights, got down lighting from the skylights. So we're thinking that's a lovely space for just people to read and hang out and play
Yeah,
and whatever. And then this is obviously built around the inbuilt log burner.
Gorgeous.
Which is very nice.
Yeah.
This is a bit more what you were looking for?
Really
Yeah,
like
we
this.
definitely like it. We're a bit suspicious because we're... our first impression is we probably can't afford this.
We wouldn't be that mean. It's a fairly simple layout. This side is all the living space and this side is the kitchen.
Okay.
Big kitchen,
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is nice.
It's huge.
lots of
Oh,
space for
I love
baking.
it. Yeah. Oh, it's lovely.
And then space here for a family table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the size of ours, that one as well,
Yeah,
isn't
plenty
it?
of room
So
for our
that-
table
yeah.
there. This feels like a really nice space, yeah.
I'm heartened by Christian and Donna's responses. Off the entrance hallway there's a WC and shower, and a door leads to a double garage for storage. The stairs rise to a first floor landing.
This is the master suite.
Oh, it's fabulous. It's huge.
It is big, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a nice size, yeah.
Really nice. I like
You've
it.
got a nice little shower ensuite around the corner there.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And nice views as well.
And you've got views right across to the hills.
You can just see the fells.
Fabulous. Yeah, I really like it.
I'm getting a more positive vibe. What is it that you like about this one that the last one didn't quite have?
I think it's the fact that you've not got all those neighbours that were at the last house. I think when I thought of escaping to the country, I imagined it to be more kind of farmhousey and more rural, and, you know, this certainly ticks all of those boxes for me.
Yeah, it does. And it's just got a bit more character, hasn't it, this one?
It's not your archetypal rolling hills, because you really have got a sort of working farmyard around you, but are you OK with that?
Yeah, I'd need to have a little walk around and just have a look what's out there, but so far it's not put me off.
Do you like tractors?
I do like tractors, yeah, I'd be happy to live by tractors.
Let's go near the tractors and you can guess about the price.
This floor also features a family bathroom. The house has 3 further bedrooms, 2 on the first floor and 1 up under the eaves on the second floor. It also has an adjoining WC. This could become the master bedroom and the first floor repartitioned so the children all enjoy similar-sized sleeping spaces. Outside there's a pebbled driveway with parking for several cars and well-maintained lawns to the front and rear of the house, bordered by dry stone walls.
So, outside space. They've got kids, obviously. Next door got kids. I think actually everyone around here has children. Is this going to be enough space for you and the girls?
This is a perfect size, really. It's not unmanageable, but it feels like a nice space for the kids to enjoy. So yeah, would be great.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you think this costs, though?
I think it's quite a bit above our budget. £440,000.
I think it's really good, but I don't think you'd do that to us, Alistair. I think it'll be the top end of our budget, so I'll say £395,000.
So you think we wouldn't torture you by showing a
have you?
property over the budget? You're right!
Oh, good.
In fact, we've shown you a property considerably under budget. This is on at £380,000.
Oh, that's good.
No way.
I think that's a good price for that.
amazing.
You look excited.
Brilliant. I am. I'm very excited. I love it. Just looking at the hills over there as well.
Yeah,
It's just everything and more probably.
Yeah.
Why don't you go on inside, and when you finish dreaming, then I'll see you at the front.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Go.
you.
Under budget at £380,000, this immaculate barn conversion has 4 bedrooms and a large kitchen dining room, offering Donna free rein for baking. There is also a sizable sitting room with garden room extension and a double garage.
I love it. I really love it.
I can tell you do. Yeah. No, and I really like it too. Yeah.
I could definitely see us here. I really
Yeah.
could.
I think, as a family, this would be a really nice house. I think the kids would really like it here. You've got really nice gardens here for them, lots of space for them to play, lots of space inside. So, yeah, I think this might work really well.
I'm really excited about this house. I think that's become quite obvious as I've been going around, and it just makes me feel happy when I look around and when I go and look outside the windows and seeing all the fells, and it's just everything that I'd always dreamt a farmhouse would be.
What a day in the Lake District. I'm so delighted that they love this property. Are you all finished?
Yes, all done.
Good. I was just talking about you. I hope your ears weren't burning. Let's go and retire, because we've got another day of property hunting tomorrow.
Fabulous.
Okay, thanks.
We're house hunting in the Lake District with Christian and Donna from Wigan, who have a budget of £400,000 to buy a rural home for their family. So far I've presented them with 2 properties. Coming up, a mystery house with surprising sleeping quarters.
So we were thinking the girls could perhaps have upstairs, downstairs.
Maya would love that.
And I discover unexpected industrial heritage amid lakeland beauty.
Pull that very quickly, then go the other way.
It's so fast.
You might say we'll be doing it just over and over again.
Day 2 of our lovely house hunt in Cumbria, and I have to say that even though Donna and Christian were so enthusiastic about the house yesterday afternoon, I'm not completely convinced they're sold on it. So for the mystery house, we're going to throw everything up in the air and we're going to change the parameters. We're going to move them from one national park into another.
Our mystery house is just over 2 miles from the town of Sedbergh. Though still within Cumbria, Sedbergh lies inside the Yorkshire Dales National Park. The town has a narrow main shopping street with many independent retailers. Sedbergh is also renowned for its independent co-educational boarding school, which was founded in the 16th century and remains a major part of the town's economy today. The hills surrounding the town can be seen rising above its buildings, and it's become a haven for walkers, cyclists, and lovers of outdoor activity. The mystery house is situated in a private hamlet, a 10-minute drive from Sedbergh.
Look at this amazing ancient hedgerow. I've brought you down the Dales Way. You've got the Howgills in the back, which I believe you know.
Yes, I've cycled over the Howgills, yeah.
It's a beautiful spot, because I'm conscious that the last 2 properties haven't quite hit the nail in terms of those amazing views that you wanted. And part of that problem is that getting those amazing Lake District views inside the Lake District National Park is quite expensive.
Sure.
So we've brought you to another national park, because this is actually the very beginning of the Dales National Park, though we're still in Cumbria.
Oh.
And how would you feel if we could find you a house in this little cluster of beautiful Dales cottages, right on the footsteps of all of this?
I think that would be pretty
It
perfect.
would be incredible. Is this still within Donna's commute, though? Because it seems a long way.
It's at 45 minutes.
OK.
It's doable.
It's kind of everything you said about just being able to step out and go for a run up into the hills.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the house now.
Yeah,
we go.
this is exciting.
Yeah.
Let's walk down this ancient path and find it.
Well, it seems that the location of the mystery house hasn't put a dampener on our property search, which is somewhat of a relief.
The hamlet has about 10 properties. We're looking at this one straight ahead.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Brilliant time of year to come and see it as
I know,
well.
we caught it at a good time with the cherry blossom in front of it.
Wow.
So all these were built around 1700. This was the farmhouse, and then all the rest are all kind of just buildings around. And this actually was the cow shed that we're going to show you.
Okay. Looks huge.
It is big.
Isn't it?
It's big, yeah. We are in a little community, and I know that you didn't like that in the first house, but...
There's a big difference, I think, because, you know, not looking over roofs and all the houses are really pretty. I don't mind being around other houses if I like looking at them.
Yeah. Let's look inside.
Cute.
Great reactions to the appearance and the location of the Mystery House. It was converted in the 1980s to a semi-detached property and has since been extensively updated and modernised.
Come on in. Straight into the kitchen, through the back door.
Yeah, this is really nice so far.
Really nicely done. Very tasteful.
You've got a tiny little sort of breakfast bar here, but there's a dining space next door. Let me walk you through into the living space.
What a good size for us all in here.
This is a great room, isn't it?
Perfect.
Big L-shaped room.
When you were describing like a family room where everyone can kind of gather, we thought this was actually really perfect.
Could see us all just sitting around here.
Definitely.
Now let's explore upstairs. There are 4 bedrooms in this property, but you might want to reconfigure them, so let's take a look.
Such an encouraging reaction. Also on the ground floor, there's a shower and WC. Arranged around the first floor landing are 4 bedrooms, as well as a family bathroom. 3 of the bedrooms are generous doubles, all dual aspect, and retaining their character beams. The 4th is currently being used as a dressing room. Now, I don't want Donna and Christian's girls to have to draw straws for the larger bedrooms, so I might just have a solution.
Come on through here. This bedroom is being used as a sort of guest suite, I think, because upstairs there's exactly the same space again up in the eaves.
Right.
So we were thinking if you didn't want a really tiny single room, the girls could perhaps like have upstairs, downstairs.
Maya would love that. She'd love her own
I think
floor.
so.
Yeah.
I'll let you explore up there a bit later, but let's go outside and look at the garden, because that's a little bit complicated too.
Okay.
Oh, OK.
With its former life as a cowshed and its position among the surrounding farm buildings, there isn't much in the way of a garden. A tidy lawn wraps around the front of the property and is bordered by a low stone wall. However, yet again, I have more to reveal.
This is a bit unusual, but I think quite charming. You see, that's your house there. And all of this land is shared communal ground for the 5 houses on this side of the hamlet. What do you think about having a communal garden?
Yeah, I think it would work quite well, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it would work well. There'd be times when you'd want a bit of privacy, but then you've got the little wraparound garden as well, haven't you? So, yeah, this might work.
OK, so what about the price?
I'm thinking because we're out of the Lake District and probably get a little bit more for our money, I'm thinking £385,000.
It's semi-detached, but it is really nice, so maybe 390.
Ah, OK. So you're getting much better at guessing the prices.
Are we?
Yeah.
Good.
It's actually on at 395.
Oh,
OK.
OK. We are getting
Not
better.
far off.
Yeah.
So it's a different offering for the Mystery House.
Great.
You go in and have an explore, and I'll come and find you when you're done.
Fabulous, thank you.
Thank you.
£5,000 under budget, our mystery conversion is set in a private hamlet. It has a kitchen with a breakfast bar and a separate dining and sitting room. There are 4 bedrooms, 1 in the eaves of the roof. There's also a communal garden.
So you'd probably have this as our bedroom, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh, we get our stuff in here, definitely.
Yeah. And what's currently the walk-in wardrobe could be a little study as well, so you've got that space.
Yeah. Could do your writing, throw me up there to do my homework out the way.
There's plenty enough room upstairs, really.
I think there is. I think now, having seen the Mystery House, it has put the cat among pigeons, really, in that I do really like this house. I thought yesterday's one was perfect, but I think this is more perfect.
This is perfecter.
Yeah, the most perfectest.
To be honest, we've seen 2 properties that we'd be very happy in. And it's cemented this idea that the move up to this area is just going to be amazing.
It really is such a peaceful and beautiful spot here. I kind of hope that they go for it. I'm never quite sure what they're thinking. Hi. Time to leave, I'm afraid.
Oh, do we have to go?
It's nice that you're in love with it.
Lovely.
But let's go and find somewhere to have a cup of tea and we can talk over all the properties.
OK, thank you.
Although the Lake District is now firmly set in Cumbria, parts spilled into Lancashire at times when the cotton industry predominated. In 1860, Lancashire's mills produced half of all the world's cotton. I've come to Stott Park Bobbin Mill, close to Windermere, to meet manager Mick Callaghan to find out more about this area's unsung industrial heritage.
Mick, I'm hoping you're going to enlighten me about the importance of bobbins.
Well, I think you'll recognise the little one for the cotton industry.
My mum used to have cotton on things like that.
They also used to make the larger three-piece bobbins.
So who were they making them for?
They were making them to go on the spinning mules. You'd have millions and millions of them.
Bobbins were used both in the manufacture of cotton and to sell the finished product.
What period are we talking about? The Industrial Revolution around the 1830s?
1830s, 1835. This was the first purpose-built bobbin mill built in this area. There was over 65 bobbin mills in this area.
And what was specific about the Lake District? Why were they made here?
Two natural resources, water for the power and the timber for the product. So in the early days you had a water wheel or a water turbine. Later on the steam came and then you had electricity later on in 1941.
Stott Park was closed in 1971 when plastic became cheaper to produce. Remarkably, much of its original equipment remained intact and the mill was preserved as a working museum.
This is like a Heath Robinson machine here.
It is. It was all powered with the line shafting that runs down the centre, with the pulleys and the leather belts that came to the machinery.
The steam engine that took over from water power in 1880 and which once drove the production lines is still operational.
So how did it work? What was the process?
Before you got to this point, you'd have had the wood cut on the saws through there, and then the borer would have drilled the hole through. So on here, we would rough it from that block to that, and the men at the end would finish them off to a bobbin like that. I'll just go around and set the machine going.
Today, Mick is powering the line shaft with an electric motor, first installed in the 1940s. But the process of bobbin making remained largely manual.
How fast is it turning?
That's nearly 5,000 revolutions a minute.
An operator would place the prepared offcut of wood into a lathe, and two specialised blades would rapidly remove the bark and give the bobbin its rough initial shape.
It's so fast.
Can you imagine how quickly they would be doing it just over and over again?
How many did they make in a day?
1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Do you want to have a go?
Yeah.
So if you hold that there, put it on this end, put your hand up on that one, then push that, that's it. Pull that in, that's it, and then slowly push in the opposite way. That's it. And then just a little waggle of this. There we go.
Oh, that's great. My first bobbin.
Compared to some mills, Stott Park was small, with 250 men and boys as young as 7 producing 250,000 bobbins a week. They worked arduous 12-hour shifts amongst machinery where the slightest mistake could lead to a life-changing injury. The final shape came from a finishing lathe.
This time we're bringing those cutters in with that handle. Push that this way. That's it. Then you just wind that in. That's it. Just wind it in nice and smoothly. That's it. Keep going right to the end. And then the opposite way and just round off the corners. There we go. There's your bobbin.
Mine to keep.
That's yours to keep.
Oh.
In its heyday, Stott Park Mill made over 260 different styles and sizes of bobbin.
Oh, like a bobbin gallery.
There's a wide variety of bobbins in here, from the large 3-piece bobbins down to the smaller 1-piece bobbins, right down to the little ones that you recognise, the cotton ones.
The sewing machines. And so these would have ended up across into Lancashire and Yorkshire in the cotton mills?
That's right, all the industrial mills in the north. You've got mainly the large 3-piece bobbins in the mills. On one spinning mill you may have 1,000 spindles. We do have records of them going to Matadi, Bangkok and Melbourne just from this mill.
From Melbourne?
Yes.
Amazing.
Right around the world.
And what happened to the bobbins at the end of their lives? Were they recycled or were they
No, there's a lot of them. If you imagine when you had them at home, once you'd finished with that cotton, you either made toys out of them or threw them on the open fire. Actually, some parts of the country, bobbins means rubbish. Oh, it's bobbins, it's rubbish, throw it away. That's where it came from.
Well, I'm going to treasure mine. I'm not going to throw mine on the furnace. And it is amazing how history is often made by these tiny objects, so thanks for your time today.
You're welcome.
I'm sure it's because they're a librarian and a headmistress, but there's something about the very friendly and positive demeanour of both Christian and Donna that makes it quite hard to gauge whether they really, really love something or they're just being nice. So I'd be quite interested to see what their final thoughts on our houses are. Well, here we are at the end of our week in Cumbria. I am very intrigued, though, to know what your real thoughts are about the houses.
I think, for me, I still really like house number 2. I like the location, the fact that the children could still go to the school that we thought that they would be going to anyway. So I definitely must go back and take the children to see that one. But then, of course, the mystery house today has thrown things into the mix again, hasn't it?
The mystery house was awesome.
So tell me what happens next. What's the very next step?
I think for me, it's definitely going back to see the second house and the mystery house and taking the children back to see those as well so that we can decide as a family where we would like to live. But I think it's definitely worth taking them to see both, don't you?
Yeah, we're keen on both of those. But also, you know, we need to do a little bit of research. If those two don't work out, I think at least it's given us this idea now that we can widen our search radius a little more, we can look a bit further towards the Dales, because the Dales are amazing, aren't they?
It seems like the mystery house really did sort of upset the apple cart, which is exactly what it's designed to do, because you were quite focused, even down to the school that the girls were going to go to. Do you think the prices of the properties in the Lake District will end up having an impact on whether you can afford to live in the house that you want and get the views that you want there?
I think it's confirmed what we already expected, that prices are more expensive in this area, and that spreads not just from the Lake District but all across Cumbria really, including the Dales area that we saw. So we're aware that it's probably going to mean that we're going to spend a little more money than we originally anticipated.
So it's not really a question of if you move, but when you move. And we really hope that you will consider one of our houses, but however it happens, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. It's been a really, really good experience. I think we both really enjoyed it, haven't we?
And thanks for your help.
Thank you.
It only seems right and proper that we should end this show next to Lake Windermere, even though it seems that Donna and Christian, particularly if they go for our mystery house, may not be living in the Lake District after all, but actually in the Dales. Still, they're both national parks and they are both beautiful. So make sure you join us next time for more beautiful adventures on Escape to the Country.
Donna has started her new job and she and Christian have moved to the Lake District. However, their house in Wigan has yet to sell, so they are currently renting. Once the sale is complete, they still hope to pursue house number 2. If you'd like to escape to the country in England, Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland and would like our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/beonashow.